Alright, so this is going to be my trend review for today. And again, this is personal, educational only, trade at your own risk. Alright, so, you know, in the Wyckoff method, basically, there's a lot of attention paid to waves. And he used waves. Nowadays, there's waves are also used, but I mean, there's a lot of different ways to measure supply and demand. This is just one method. Is the ability to see, waves. But the key, the key here is you have an uptrend, and you're gonna see this. Where's the arrow? There we go. So you have this uptrend right here. All right. Now there's certain behaviors that the setup trades, and I'm not gonna go over those minor behaviors, but over here you have an uptrend, you have waves. Now on this up wave, you have a wave that lasted 3 minutes that produced around 1,000 contracts. Okay, 3 minutes, 1,000 contracts, and that is proceeding the prior wave of 12 that went 12 minutes and produced 7,000 contracts. So that's fine, but over here, like from this area where there's not a lot of demand, the reaction is game over. As you can see, this indication here, you know what this is? That's 10,000 contracts. 10,000 contracts. Red, 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 red. These guys traded 10,000 contracts on this wave down. Alright, meaning they sold 10,000 contracts. That's in 22 minutes. So in 22 minutes, produced 10,000 contracts of selling. That is very significant. Okay. Now, after that, you had 8,000 recovered on 18 minutes. Then you had 3,000. Oh, no, 1,000, 3 minutes. So in 3 minutes, it produced 1,000 contracts. What happened to whatever demand was here evaporated. And then this one was just like a screw job. That's what I call it. Before what they did this was because they these guys right here, a lot of folks went short because they saw that prices testing an area like in this area, and there was a strong bar here, a reversal bar here. So I believe this is some type of shakeout maneuver prior to the um, downtrend. Okay, but and that's why, like, wherever you put your stop is so critical. Because if you don't put in the right area, what happens is, even though you get direction right, you're gonna get stopped out. So, like, a lot of folks, they sold this bar, and I'm sure they had their stop above this area here, or above here. And this maneuver here, in my opinion, was used to run them. But anyway, this is the sign of weakness, or the change of behavior, or the change of character, or the selling waves are bigger than the buying waves, or, and the list goes on, right? It's the biggest down wave in over 10 waves. It has the biggest volume, the biggest distance, the most amount of time, most amount of selling. So obviously, when the selling waves are greater than the buying waves, there's a problem for the bulls. And what happened is, bears jumped on the retest and sold, sold, sold. And as you can see, 24,000 contracts in 1 hour. Okay, so as soon as it went and tested this level, boom, 24,000 contracts sold, breaking any chance for the bulls to recover. Okay, and then you have 10 minutes produce 4,000, 28 minutes produce 8,000, 7 minutes produce 4, and finally you had 25 minutes that produced 7,000 contracts. But understand that's not bullish, it's bearish. Because why is it you have almost double the volume but price is unable to make you close above the high? Because in this up wave there is selling. There is selling. Price is having difficulty. Price is having difficulty going up. Okay, and then finally there was a minor upthrust which ended the you know, the maneuver. Like right here there's a little upthrust of this area. So I know that these guys basically wanted to they wanted to run the stops before the down move, the next leg down. So that there is no other meaning for this. You know, they know the stops are going to be around here, right? So it makes this little upthrust right there above here, and there was all this effort, all this buying, attempting to just get above here. As soon as they get above there, they run the stops over the prior high, which is right here, and break. Price goes down 36 minutes on 9,000 contracts. And the rest, I mean, is pointless. It's just smash, 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 right? And then I think this was possibly one more upthrust here, but this is looking a little. I'm not really sure what this is, but 18 minutes, 6,000 contracts, and the speed of this wave, it's not exactly effort. So I'm going to see if this was actually preliminary buying. I have a hunch that they may have been buying in this wave, you know, like buying before the climax down. So that's preliminary buying, because the character of this wave looks a little different. You see over here, and the character of this wave is sluggish, but this wave is not sluggish, you know. So this telling me that I think they were actually buying with speed. And then this down wave here is climactic, and I want to see if the move is now done, meaning you can see the secondary test. The secondary test only produced 2,000. How the hell you go for 14,000 to 2,000? What happened to the volume? Right? The volume went from 14 to 2. Like, what is that saying? It means supply is diminished. So I think the market is in a position to bounce, in my opinion. Trade at your own risk. I'm not an advisor, blah blah blah. But this is for my own personal thing. And but anyway, this is only 2,000. You see, like, what happened? There's a shortening of the thrust with lack of volume, and indication is that supply has evaporated, which means that it creates the condition for demand to enter because supply has exhausted itself on this downwave. That's what I think is right here. The supply, I believe, has exhausted, at least for the time. Now on the higher time frame though, it seems to me like that uptrend is broken. Well, on whatever time frame I'm looking at, which I'll bring down here. I mean, this was, if you know Wyckoff behavior, you know what this is. This is a climax. You know, this is not 9,000, this is 90,000 contracts on the way up. 90,000. And it came from a spring, but this is not bullish. This is an exhaustion move. Okay, so this exhaustion move, the purpose is to put it into a weak technical position, not a strong technical position, a weak technical position to draw in I mean, from the public, obviously they'll come in because it's going higher, but the short sellers, they're looking at this. It's overextended, and it's a sell. You know, uh, again, I'm not giving advice here, so in my opinion or whatever. So, this right here, climactic, puts it in a short, in a weak technical position, and it's game over. Because a wave like this at the top of a trend is not bullish. Right? This wave is has more volume, distance, time, more activity, blah blah blah. That I don't know. It's the way to end a trend. It's the typical buying climax. All right, and I think these guys got out here. They buy 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 buy, puke 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 puke. Because how are you gonna explain the numbers are 90,000 up and 90,000 down? I, what just happened? 90,000 up and then goes to 20,000 go and then 90,000 down. 0,000 on the way up. So it it seems to me that you run it up to catch the breakout buyers as well as attract short sellers. Get them on your side. Distribute. Use the the position to sell high. Sell high and ding 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 ding. 90,000 contracts on the way down. Alright, so now even though a high time frame to me looks bearish, it creates, when the market goes straight down like that, it creates um, what's classically termed as oversold condition. Oversold condition can set up a counter trend rally up. So from this time frame, you can get a counter trend rally, which I think is being set up here, and it's very tradable. So see if it bounces, or how much of a bounce, what type of volume it attracts. Bottom line is, can it attract the following? Will there be buyers? I don't even see that much short covering here, but this may have been early. I'm not really sure yet. But once the immediate trend turns up, you trade, whatever. If it goes up, go down, sell. Um, so that's all, folks. Again, I'm not an advisor. This is just for my own personal educational thing, and it's nothing more than an online journal for me. Take care. Bye.